Hello friends, welcome back, or just welcome if you haven't been here before. I'm Emily, and I have been slowly over the process of, a few months now, gathering and purchasing the products that I want to use to build my PC. I finally have everything for what I feel and what I've done research on to have a good base model with. Took a lot of research. We'll see if it paid off. But I'm going to go through and tell you all what I got and put it together. We'll see how this goes. It's Otis. Say hi. Say hi. Let's get started. So first things first, the thing that will hold it all together is my case. I got this on Newegg, I believe. It's a Montech Skyward Light. But I will link everything down in the description with, all its beautiful, wonderful specs. One thing I liked about this one was that it came with a couple of fans, and it had really good cable management. So, not the best at it. I still haven't done anything with my desk because we're going to be moving in a couple months, and what's the point? Okay, next up, the thing that's going to make it all run, as long as I do it correctly. I got the Tough Gaming motherboard. It is the A520M Plus Wi-Fi. It is Windows 11 ready. It is ADM Ryzen 5000 desktop ready, so that is perfect, because that is exactly what I have. And then we have my chip. I got the Ryzen, I think it was the 5600G. Yeah, Ryzen 5 5600G. I got this one because it had the Radeon graphics built into it, so that way I could buy a little bit of a cheaper graphics card for now, and then later on when I want to upgrade everything, that'll probably be the first thing that I upgrade. Yeah, that's why I got this one. I technically don't need a graphics card, but I figured having one is only going to make it a little bit better. So, then storage. I got the OData Legend 800 1000 gigabytes. And then memory, I got the Asgard Valkyrie DDR4 memory sticks. They're two 8 gigabyte sticks, so 16 gigs total. Then next I got the Thermalright Assassin King 120 SE White fan for my processing chip. It does have ARGB. I'm really excited about that. And then my power supply. I got the ATX power supply 80 plus certified. It is 750 watts. It has nope, not ARGB. It just says RGB, but we'll see if it even makes a difference, because I think a couple of the reviews that I saw said that the RGB lights end up being upside down, and so you don't even see them anyways. So we'll see. And last but not least is my graphics card. It was the only white one that I could find that was not $500 and $600. It is, I think it's pronounced Paladin. It's a gaming graphics card, and I guess it's the RX 5500 XT 8GD6, because that's what it says. And I'm using my phone to record, so I can't look on Amazon at what it was. But that is that. So yeah, let's going. Alright. One thing that I did notice was that my fan says AMD Ryzen 7000 series. So I might not have everything I need to put everything together, but I am going to double check that and then see if I can put this with what I've got before I put everything together and can't put the fan on and can't even use my PC. So first up is my motherboard. I'm just going through everything, taking it out of the box, setting it on the plastic. Here I'm lifting up the clip for my chip. And then I'm fitting my chip before I place the clip back down. You'll see me like kind of wiggle with it a little bit. I wasn't sure I had it in the right position or not, because you're supposed to put it, there's a triangle in the corner and you're supposed to line it up perfectly. So go back and forth looking in the manual that came with my motherboard, because I was terrified that I was going to do something wrong with every single part of this build. So I referenced this book, I kid you not, probably 20 or 30 times at every single step that I did. I checked it for the chip, and here you'll see that I figured out that I had it in right, so yay me. And then next is the RAM sticks. You'll hear me talk earlier. I said that I had 16 gigabytes, so I've got two 8 gigabyte sticks, and you have to slot them in a certain way, as far as like there's two different colored spots that you put them in. So I'm looking in the book again just to double check, because we don't want no mistakes here. So yeah. In this next clip, you're going to hear me and my fiance talking about the UK-Florida game last year. So just enjoy that little banter.
Yeah, that's hilarious, baby. So on one of the plays where Ray, oh gosh, you got it all together. Anyways, one of the plays where Ray Davis scored one of his touchdowns. Florida had 13 men on the field.
Shut up.
One of the very popular things going around on the internet right now is Florida had 13 people on the field.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Ray Davis got by 13 people or something like that.
Yeah. Florida had 13 people on the field and they still couldn't stop Ray Davis. That was very real. That was not a joke. Florida had 13 people. Tim Tebow was the only one that picked Florida. But
of course he did. It's his alma mater.
Yeah, well, at the same time, could you imagine? Well, I mean, at the same time though, could you imagine Josh Allen being invited to a panel and picking somebody over Kentucky?
Next up, you'll see me trying to slot in my SSD card. This kind of perplexed me a little bit. We'd put one in my fiance's PlayStation previously, and I could not for the life of me remember how we did it. So that's why my confusion. And then in this clip, you're going to see me ask him, how did we do this last time? Because I don't remember. I wish. I'm missing a screw. I'm missing a screw. screw. Oh, is this it? I'm an idiot. I need a screwdriver.
Alright. Show me the screw, please. Get out of the package, honey.
I'm trying.
Yeah, I know, but...
It's really baby tiny. It's Phillips.
It's Phillips, but
Yeah.
it's baby tiny.
Super baby tiny. Okay, good. This too.
Good news. Also has a flathead cut in it.
Oh yeah, it does.
So
Do I put the heat
I
sink?
put it right there.
I know, but do I put the heat sink on top or do I put it underneath? This part.
If you remember,
I don't. That's why I was hoping you did.
there was 2 pieces.
Yeah.
Mine had 2.
Huh?
Mine had
You
2.
had an extra, like, cushiony
No.
part.
Okay.
I don't know.
Go ahead and take a look at it while I go look for the screwdriver.
Okay. This one screw had me questioning everything in life. I wanted to throw this entire motherboard clear across the room because of this one stupid tiny little screw. I couldn't get it to fit in, and
Big
in
beans,
hindsight, I should have
big
taken
beans,
my
big
bracelets off because I feel like that was a lot of the big reasoning, but I finally did end up getting it in, thankfully. Oh, bless. Next up is my graphics card. I ordered this thing on Amazon and it came from China, but it was the only white one that I could find that was not super expensive, so that's why we went with it.
And have no problem saying.
I don't know if it's in or not. I can't tell. Why are you laughing at me? Oh, crap. didn't realize. I have to move these pieces. Here, Matt. I have to move these black pieces so they're under my motherboard. What a dummy. Figured it out. So, my case did not come with screws for my motherboard, so I had to order a whole kit. But I noticed one screw wasn't going in. It's because I need to add one of these to right here, which actually I could probably not. I'll just add one, that's fine. It's okay. Okay. Let's see. Can take. I'm an idiot. Oh my gosh. Babe! Scott! Scott!
What?
I'm stupid! I'm so dumb. Always open everything that comes with anything.
What?
So, there's a tray here for a hard drive. There's this box in it. You know what was in the box?
The screws?
The freaking screws!
There you go. Well, glad to know you didn't get gypped. I'm a little upset to know that you're not as smart as I hope. But,
Hey! Hey!
Box is right there, babe. Box is right there.
Whole freaking baggie of motherboard screws. Well, at least now I have like 500 extra screws. So, you know what? You never have too many. Okay. Back to our regularly scheduled program. Alright, here you can see me putting in the battery, the power supply for my case. I was able to keep the RGB fan up, so I do see that when I'm looking at my case, which that was kind of a concern that I had. But the screws lined up, the holes lined up, and it ended up working great. So. After finally getting my motherboard in after 3 billion tries, this is my CPU air cooler. It goes on top of the chip. You use thermal paste to keep it in place. Here I'm just kind of showing what it looks like all around. It has a RGB fan that attaches to it as well. This thing also perplexed me. I could not for the life of me figure out the brackets. I couldn't figure out which way I needed to put this down. So it took quite a bit of research on my part, which I thought I did enough, but of course I didn't. So I ended up looking on Reddit. I ended up Googling it. I did everything imaginable. And at one point I have them in upside down, and that's the biggest problem that I have. I think that's later in the video, but this thing, it was a mess. So it just, do your research, people. Well, the hair went up, so apparently I meant business at this point. After about 35 to 40 minutes of research for my CPU air cooler, I finally got it in the right place, got the brackets on right. I do remember that I had the brackets on upside down, and that was a big issue that I was running into and why I couldn't get it to sit well. And I finally figured that part out, got it in. I thought I recorded that part, but I guess I didn't. So here I'm just attaching the cables from the power supply to my graphics card, to my motherboard, all the things that are going to need power. I tried to cable manage as I went. I tried not to just throw every every cable that I had around. I tried to keep it as neat and in place and tight as tight as I could keep it. I didn't want it to be a jumbled mess. And I do feel like that helped quite a bit as far as keeping them all neat, organized. I know exactly where each one is. I know exactly what each one goes to. So I do feel like cable managing as I went and not just unraveling all of the cables just to see where it goes and then to tighten it back up and keep it in place did help me personally quite a bit as far as cable management wise. So I do recommend that. If you're good at cable managing, then ignore me, but I felt that it helped quite a bit to cable manage as I went, so that way I wasn't going back and trying to figure it out and then getting frustrated and just ignoring all of it. This is where I start to attach all the cables to the motherboard to power everything. Once again, looking in my handy dandy owner's manual. So I was looking for I think it was the ARGB port on my motherboard. I end up purchasing splitters a couple days later because I had 2 or 3 ARGB components and I only had one port to attach them to. So I did end up buying a splitter to be able to power both of those. I don't think I recorded that, but I do end up putting that in later on down the road. But yeah, this is the tedious part of it, was just making sure that I was connecting the cables to the motherboard in the correct spot, because that was, again, one of my fears, was that I was going to get all this stuff connected, it wasn't going to work, I wasn't going to know where I went wrong, or I was going to completely fry my motherboard before I even turned it on. So, moment of truth. We'll see what happens. Helps if you plug things in. Okay. Moment of truth, take two. If it wasn't one thing, it was another, y'all. I swear. So, after, completely missing the fact that I didn't even plug the case in, I then realized I didn't even attach the cables that power the power button and the USB ports at the top of my case to the motherboard. So that's what you see me doing here. The green one, I believe, is the power, the actual power, and then the black one, I think it's the USB ports. Just completely important parts, and I'm just completely ignoring them. It's fine. It's all fine. It's fine here. Ah! I think I did it. Here I'm just trying to get the monitor and I think my Xbox attached to my tower. Just, some more cable management, just attaching things and making sure everything works appropriately. Okay. Here I was having an issue with the motherboard software popping up on my monitor. Just, again, a couple more cables that I missed. Just double and triple check literally everything. I went back and forth between untying these zip ties and attaching more cables so many times. It was silly on my part. Yay! Oh, that's great. Here I'm just putting the finishing touches on everything, putting the back on, putting the front on, peeling the plastic off. The plastic wasn't as ASMR-y as I would have liked it to be, so I'm just going to skip through that. It was more annoying than anything in my opinion. And then just getting my monitor situated, getting my Xbox situated, and just finishing that stuff up. And there you have it. Built my first computer. I'm pretty excited. So now all I have left to do is I need to download Windows 11 onto a USB drive and then stick it in there and then boot it all up. So, but I am off the weekend, and by the time I put this up, I'll probably have it done. The only thing that I did not record me doing was putting the CPU cooler fan on, because I had to watch a couple videos on that, and then I couldn't figure out why the screws weren't attaching to the bracket, and my dumb self had the brackets upside down. So that was the only part that I didn't record. And then I think that's it. That was rude. But yeah, thanks for coming along on my journey on my little PC build. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I did it all by myself. Minus the CPU cooler fan. I still did it by myself. I just needed a little guidance. So, I think that's it for now. If you have any questions about the products that I used, none of it was sponsored. I bought it all by myself. Leave a comment. I'll get back to it. Make sure you follow me on all my other social media. It's the same on all of them. Twitch, Discord, Xbox, Instagram, just at icysassRN. So, yeah, give me a follow, like this video, subscribe if you'd like to, and thanks for joining me.